Hello everyone. Now we're going to move away from parallel lines into interior angle sum of triangles. Okay, but before we get into interior angle sum of triangles, the first thing we're going to do is talk about how we classify triangles. I'm not going to read the paragraph to you, but I'm going to highlight the important vocabulary you need to know. First off, a triangle is a polygon, meaning a shape with three or more sides, okay, with exactly three sides. Now we classify triangles by sides and angles. When we classify a triangle by sides, right, we say a triangle is equilateral when all three sides are congruent. If we have two sides congruent, so if you have at least two sides congruent, then we say it's isosceles. And if no sides are congruent, so no congruent sides, we say it's scalene. Now, we also classify them by their angle measures, okay? If all three angles are congruent, we say it's equiangular. If it has at least one right angle or at least one 90-degree angle, we say it's a right triangle. And if it has one obtuse angle, right? At least one obtuse angle, we say it's an obtuse triangle. If all three angles are less than 90 degrees, that means all the angles are acute, and it would be an acute triangle. So as we go down below, right, the interior angles of a triangle are the three angles that are inside the triangle. There is one interior angle at each vertex. We'll talk about that a little more when we get to the interior angle sum. So if we had to classify these three triangles by their sides, when I look at the sides here, all three are congruent, therefore this would be equilateral. If I look at letter B, these two sides are congruent, so we would say that is isosceles. And if I look at all three sides, none of them are congruent, therefore we would say this is scalene. Now we could also name or classify triangles by their angles. If there are no congruent angles, we either look for it to be acute or obtuse. So when I look at the first one here, none of these angles are congruent. But when I look at this biggest angle, it's above 90 degrees, so that has at least one obtuse angle, so this is an obtuse triangle. Here, when I look, all three angles are congruent. We would say this is equiangular. None of these angles are congruent. They're all less than 90, so this would be an acute triangle. Now, when I look at example 3, they tell you the perimeter of the triangle is 20. Then they tell you AB is x plus 3, AC is 3x plus 2, and BC is 2x plus 3. They want you to determine if this is scalene, isosceles, or equilateral. The first thing I have to do is find x so that I can find the length of each side. Well, if the perimeter, remember perimeter is if I add up all three sides, that's the distance around an object. If I do AB plus AC plus BC, that has to add up to a perimeter of 20. So x plus 3 plus 3x plus 2 plus 2x plus 3 equals 20. Combine like terms, that gives you 6x plus 8 equals 20. Subtract 8, 6x equals 12. Divide by 6, x is equal to 2. Now I can plug that value of x in and say 2 plus 3 tells me this is 5. 3 times 2 plus 2 is going to give you 6 plus 2, which is 8. Then 2 times 2 plus 3, that'll be 7. Since all three sides are different, this would be scalene. So now, Interior angle sum of a triangle. It says construct a triangle on a piece of paper using a straight edge, right? This task works better if you make the triangle big. What you're going to do is measure each angle of the triangle with a protractor. And then you're going to write the measure of each vertex inside. Now, what they're saying here is if I construct a triangle here, and then I'm going to measure each angle in the triangle. So I'm going to say that's like 40, say this is 60, and then this is 80. Then what they're going to do is they're going to cut off each piece here. Cut that piece off, cut that piece off, cut that piece off. So you would have this piece here. You'd have this piece here and this piece here. And what you're going to do is take those three pieces and you're going to rip the three pieces off the triangle and put each vertex on point C and align all of them by the sides. So if I take that 40-degree angle and put it there, then I take that 60-degree angle and I put it here. Then I take that 80-degree angle and put it here. Right? So this is that angle ripped off, the 60-degree angle ripped off, and then the 80-degree angle ripped off. When you take and put all those pieces together, what do they create? They create a straight angle. And a straight angle is always 180 degrees. So what type of angle do the three angles create? In mine, they were all acute, but they could be obtuse also. What is the sum of the measures that you measured? It would be 180 degrees. So what is the sum of three angles of a triangle? It's always going to be 180 degrees. So this basically tells us the interior angle sum of a triangle is 180 degrees. So when I look at this first example, if I had to find the measure of angle C, I know angle A plus angle B plus angle C all have to add up to 180. So 43 plus 85 plus angle C equals 180. That's going to give me 43 plus 85 gives you 128 plus angle C equals 180. And when you subtract the 128, you get angle C would be 52 degrees. Okay, so remember, the interior angle sum, or all three angles of a triangle, will add up to 180. So here, anytime we look, angle E plus angle D plus angle F will add up to 180. So let's look at the examples here. Find the measure of angle F. To me, the easiest way to do it, I'm looking for the third angle of a triangle, so I would do 180 minus 111 minus 37. So 180 minus 111 minus 37 would give you 32 degrees. Now, some other people may say angle F, right? They're going to add these two together. 111 plus 37 will give you 148, and then do 180 minus 148, which will give you 32 degrees also. Doesn't matter to me. If I had to look at angle J here, some people may find setting up an equation, angle J plus 50 degrees plus 47 degrees equals 180, right? So then angle J plus 97 equals 180. Subtract 180 and 97, and you would get 83 degrees. When I look at example 5, well, if I look, I can use this triangle to find x. So I'm just going to say x is equal to 180 minus 90 minus 42. And that's going to give me 48 degrees. Now by vertical angles, this angle would be 48 degrees, and now y would equal 180 minus 100 minus 48, which is going to give you 32 degrees. For example 5, what do all three of these angles have to add up to? Well, x plus 2x plus 2x plus 15 has to add up to 180. So now 5x plus 15 equals 180. 5x equals 165. 165 divided by 5 would give you 33. And example 6. Again, these three angles all have to add up to 180. So 9x, 4 minus 12 plus 80 will give you plus 72 equals 180. Subtract 72, you get 9x equals 108. 108 divided by 9 will give you x equals 12. Now to find angle B, all I'm going to do is replace x with 12. 3 times 12 plus 4 gives you 36 plus 4, which is 40. Letter C, 6 times 12 minus 12. 72 minus 12 would give you 60 degrees. And if you look, 60, if I took, this is 40, this is 60, that's 80. You can check your answer by doing 40 plus 60 is 100, plus 80 is 180. Go ahead, do the homework, and let me know if you have any questions.